Voices, and I'm back with another video. If you are new, welcome to my channel, and yeah, let's get into it. Grand Rising, you guys. I hope you guys had an amazing, wonderful day yesterday, and I hope you're gonna have a amazing, fantastic, beautiful, splendicious day today. I don't know what splendicious mean, but we're gonna roll with it. What I wanted to discuss today was television is growing your children. Just recently, this morning, I had watched a movie called The Goldfinch, and what really ticks me off about Hollywood and just movies in general is that when the kids get to acting these roles of adults. For example, one of the actors is from Stranger Things. I don't remember his name. I think his name was something Wolfhard, but yeah, that actor, he's like probably like, I want to say like 12 in this movie, and he's just on Molly, on all these different drugs, and it's just like, what kind of person do you have to be to allow children to act out these very mature and grown roles? Why are you even having kids in the first place acting out roles like that? What is the reason? There is no benefit from that besides normalizing the fact that, oh yeah, it's okay to do drugs, or yeah, do get into drugs when you're young, while you're young. That's the only thing I get from that. And you cannot tell me anything else, because why would you even show that on TV anyways? Because you know children will see that, and you know children copy a lot of what they see. So my whole thing here is that television is made to destroy the conscious. It's a thing they use to program us into thinking a certain way, especially the younger generations, because they know that a lot of these fucking parents nowadays are not fucking teaching their kids, or they have things like, you know, they're single parents and they gotta go to work, or it's just a whole bunch of shit going on that they've made to disrupt the family, period. They've made it so that the kids stay home a lot more often, and the parents are away from the home a lot more often due to work, etc., and these other things, you know? And, you know, just you know, so the kid being alone is not going to have as much guidance, because their only parent or parents are, you know, too busy being distracted by other things, whether it may be intentionally or unintentionally. And you know, when the kid sits up in front of the TV and sees all this going on, it instantly gets coded into their brain, into their subconscious. And, you know, as the child develops, it thinks that certain things are normal. You know, certain ways of living are normal, when in fact they're not. And this is why the Hollywood and these industries are so toxic, so manipulative, so evil. And why you need to watch your kids and pay attention, because they a lot of the time too, with these fucking, especially with these cartoons, they slip in a lot of overrated, just not overrated, you know what I'm trying to say. They just slip in a lot of inappropriate jokes and just weird mannerism that's not normal or should be displayed for a child to see. Like with a lot of shows, like shows like Gumball, like there's a lot of weird mixed messages in there. And then just, I can't think of them at the moment because I don't indulge into too many shows like that, just because I like to keep my conscience protected like that. But there's another example, like Bad Girls Club. I remember seeing that, and it's just like, okay, what is the meaning of this show? Why would you get a group of grown-ass women together and just record all this toxicity towards one another? What does that say, especially towards black women? A lot of the women on these shows are black, or of black descent, so-called black descent. We know who we are, though. Goddesses, you know? And they purposely showcase the destruction and the division of people, especially the so-called black people. And This is why the TV can be dangerous, because when you're young and you start indulging into things like that, your mind, like I said, it gets coded into your mind. It just becomes a normal thing into your mind. They call television a program for a reason. They call shows programs for a reason, because it's doing what it says. Just like you have to pay attention to certain words, like remote control. Just you have to pay attention to certain words, because certain words definitely have a meaning. And especially with English has a lot of words with hidden meanings in them. So it's always a form of spell casting that you're doing while not even knowing it. But like I said, let's get back to the point. Yeah, this television stuff, please watch your kids. They're not supposed to be entertaining all this digital shit. They need to go outside and know how to ground themselves with the earth, play with the insects, get used to the germs outside. This is why kids become sick, or they have all these social disorders, or why they don't want to participate in anything that has to do with interacting with other people, because they're being numbed to not socialize, even though we are sociable creatures. You see how they always have everything in reverse? How they always have shit inverted? It doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense. This TV shit is very serious, because when these kids go out here and they see all these things, these negative things, and they start to go out and do it, it just becomes a normalized thing in society. It's like, oh, it's another epidemic of this. But how did the epidemic even happen in the first place? That's what questions nobody wants to ask. How did the epidemic of drugs even happen in the first place? And we know how it happened. The government made it happen. The government implemented this shit throughout every especially in the black neighborhoods, but throughout every low-income neighborhood, to purposely destroy the people of color, to divide the people of color, so they could infiltrate us a lot easier, you know, with our minds not being where it needs to be. And this keeps on leading back to the children. Why we keep on seeing these generational cycles keep on happening and history repeating itself? Because no one's protecting the children. When you leave the children vulnerable, you leave the entire world vulnerable. You leave a whole generation vulnerable. If the children do not know better, they cannot make the world a better place. This world cannot be a better place. The children are always the next generation, the next spark in life that we must carry on and care for and nurture carefully. This is why a lot of just children don't grow up in the way they're supposed to, because they sit in front of the television, or they're on their fucking phones all day, or parents are handing their kids iPhones, and they're only like 2 months. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, I've seen that so many times. Like, parents are just hitting low balls right now. A lot of these parents nowadays are not interacting with their children. They hand them the phone to pacify them, and it's like, that's not how you formulate a bond with your child. That's not how you make your child listen. And then you wonder why these children don't respect the adults, because look how they treat them. Look how they neglect them. It's no mystery why these children are the way they are. It is no fucking mystery. This has all been planned. This has all been fabricated, literally, to destroy the consciousness of our generations, so they never remember who they are, who they come from, or what they are, and where they come from. They're trying to cut off the lifelines. They're trying to disconnect these children at a very early age. They're trying to get into their conscious at a very young age. As young as what? Like 3. Yeah, kids are going to school at 3 years old. Why does my child that can barely speak, or that can speak, does not matter, that's 3 fucking years old needs to go to school. What do they need to go to school for? What do they need to go to school for? They need to be focused about living their lives and acquiring those social and motor skills. They don't need to know anything about school fucking right now. They don't need to do anything important, because all that they're going to be doing is having them write down paperwork and learn history that isn't even true. And they know that. Especially with the whole people that's still in there, like Christopher Columbus. Knowing damn well he didn't discover shit. Knowing that black people were already there in the Americas. Why do they need to know? I mean, why do they need to go to school at such an early age? It's because they want to indoctrinate them with all this bullshit and this ignorance, so they don't know how to think for themselves. And they're relying on these digital systems to keep that going, because they don't have any power right now. That's the thing about this whole thing, is that they're running out of power, and their last resort is to take down whoever they can with them. And one way by doing that is getting the younger generation, the future. Because if you can, they look at it like this. When I mean by they, I mean the elites, the governments, the people that you don't even know their faces and shit, but they run the whole entire fucking world. These people, they look at it like this. If I can get your generation, your future generations, I can get you. And if I can stop the future, if I can stop the incoming generations, I can stop the future. That's exactly how they look at these things. Everything to them is a statistic and numbers. They don't care about the lives we live. They don't care about the things we have to struggle and worry about. Because if they did, they wouldn't do the shit that they do. How can you sit up here and call yourself human and allow half the world to starve while half of the world is overfed? Please make that make sense. It was just 12:12 on the recording and 11:33 I saw, but anyways, please make that make sense. How is half the world starving and half the world is overfed? That makes no fucking sense. Like I said, these people are inverted. They teach everything backwards, in reverse. And it doesn't matter about the race, color, or whoever they are. The elites, the rich, the 1%, no matter what skin color they are not human. You cannot tell me that they're human, because if they were, they wouldn't allow the shit that's happening right now to go on. They could literally stop this shit if they wanted to right now. But guess what? They're not going to. They like to profit off of suffering. They like to propagate suffering. This is a dictatorship country and world they've built. They've pushed out the divine feminine and implemented the divine masculine, casting away the energy that is the most nurturing, that is the original building block to life. You cannot live without the divine feminine. Yet they have told you that she does not matter, that she comes second to the man, when they know damn well without her there is no civilization. So how the fuck do I come second to you? And it's not to be sexist or say I'm over a man or anything like that. No, I don't play that shit. We are very much equals, and the masculine is very much important as well as the feminine. But I'm just saying, what they've done is they've destroyed the image of the divine feminine. That they've cast her out so she cannot nurture and educate and teach like she's supposed to. Look at a lot of the women in the world. Look at how they don't even know how to take care of their kids. Like, a lot of them don't even have the intuition or instinct that mothers are supposed to take care of the children. Because the world, the way they've got it set up, everything outside of them is raising them. Like I said, the digital aspect of the world is raising people. The abuse is raising people. Neglect is raising, like, it's just all these negative things that have taken a toll on a lot of these generations, and it's very sad, because we're living in a world where we can change things, but we sit here and don't. And this is why I'm inspired to do what I do, because if nobody else won't talk about it, I will. And that goes a long fucking way. All you need is someone to carry on the message, and it goes on. And this is to help inspire y'all to do the same. What you learn, share with the world. Don't be afraid. Don't allow this system to teach you or make you think that you can't do what you believe in, what you love to do. Don't let them make you think you cannot believe in yourself, that you have to believe in everything outside of yourself. Because all that external shit doesn't matter. None of that shit would matter or be here without you, without the minds and great minds of people like you. They need you. They need us. They need the majority. We don't need them. We never did, and we never will. Because we are the majority. And the 1% is a very small population. The business world is a very small world. And they profit off of us, like our suffering. That's what they profit off of. But if somebody turn around and say, I'm not finna accept this shit, guess what's gonna happen? More people are gonna turn around and do the same fucking thing. And when it all ricochets, guess who's gonna be left in the middle? Them. It's not gonna be us on in the middle. We're gonna be on the outside looking at these niggas like, what's up? Y'all finna square up? Because at this point, that's what it's getting to. They talking about the government's gonna shut down soon. And then they're running ads and shit, what you should prepare for the end of the world. Like, this shit ain't a game. Y'all better wake the fuck up and do what you gotta do. People want to sit here and think that this shit isn't real. Go look at what's happening in different countries. Go look at what's happening in different countries. You've never seen nature act the way it does. And act like that in a manner like that, especially in regions like South Africa, like Russia, like Australia, like Europe. You guys have to wake up. I know that there's things in this world that you don't want to accept, but you're going to have to accept it. This is the world we live in, and we need to change it. And by us just sitting here and keep on just sitting here and waiting for somebody to come fix it for us, is not going to get that shit done. It's going to make it worse. Because who are you waiting for to save you? Nigga, nobody can save you if you don't save yourself. And that's facts. And don't sit up here and tell me, oh, well, I'm waiting for it. No. Because that shit's not going to happen. And God's not going to do nothing for nobody who just sits there and allows shit to happen when they know shit is wrong. God gave you the moral compass inside of you to allow you to differentiate the positive from the negative, the good from the bad, the evil from the non-evil. However you want to put it. We have balance programmed into us. And you need to use that balance, that harmony, that unity that was built within you, to start building communities, to start interacting with people, to start making positive changes. Because by you sitting there and just watching and waiting is not going to get shit done. You're going to be actually the one that's derailing the process, that's slowing down the process, because you don't want to fucking play catch up. And the reason why I'm getting so fucking serious is because that's how serious this shit is. It was always serious. And by you not taking it seriously is why the shit is happening. Why the world is the way it is. People want to sit here and act fucking dumb and act like they don't know what's going on right now. Yes, you do. I know you feel that shit. I know you feel the energy. I know you feel the shift. Everything that happens here cannot happen if it does not happen in the spiritual realms first. Think about it. All this chaos that's happening is energy that's been building up for millennia, for centuries, for however fucking you want to put it. It's been building up. And it's going to crash down. And you need to be prepared. And you need to take this shit seriously. You need to start connecting back with Earth. You need to start connecting back with people. You need to start connecting back with yourself. Because the only way you can save yourself is by saving yourself. Nobody cannot do that for you. You don't help yourself, nobody won't help you. And that's just facts. And I already know. Now, I'm not trying to look down on nobody or nothing. That's the last thing I want to do. A lot of y'all not going to make it because the mindset that y'all running on is, oh, they'll get it done. Somebody will fix it. We've got a president. We've got a government. Nigga, they don't care about you. Your vote didn't even count. What's stopping these people from taking these votes and transporting them to a place where they can switch the different votes, or having a pipeline that's connected to a whole different vote or ballot, and it ends up, the vote that you're trying to put in for this other person ends up going to the next person? What's stopping them from doing that? What's stopping them from creating the statistics? What's stopping them from doing any of that? And you would have to be a fool to think that they wouldn't do that. But look at what they're doing to these kids. Look at how many kids are missing every year. Damn near 100,000 kids go missing in the United States of America. Now tally those numbers up globally. We've got a fucking pandemic on our hands. That's the real pandemic, is the kids that's going missing. And nobody don't fucking know about it. How are you a government official? How can you arrest citizens, specifically black citizens and people of color, but you can't find human traffickers that have to book flights to transport anything, that have to use information to do anything? How can you not find them, but you can find a random citizen after fucking that's been hiding for 20 years, but you can't find the human traffickers? That shit doesn't make sense. That's how you have to know that these people are on the side of the people that they're trying to claim that they're fighting. They are on the side of destruction. They don't care about uniting us. They don't care about creating a better vision for us, because if they did, they wouldn't allow us to live like this in the first place. They wouldn't be spraying the skies with fucking pesticides and shit. They wouldn't be giving us produce that is genetically modified with pesticides and chemicals in it. They wouldn't give you a drug that has a disease in it that you're trying to cure. They wouldn't indoctrinate your kids with false history if they cared. They wouldn't. So, I remind you again, look at the facts. Look at the world for what it is, because the veil you have over your eyes is a fucking lie. The world was never a good place. And it's up to us to make it a better place. We have to remove these people from the power that they are in. And then that's when the healing can come in. And then that's when we can shift into a different reality. And then that's where the change comes in, is when we say no and stand up. But if you keep sitting down, nobody's going to respect you. Nobody's going to listen to you. And the shit's not going to get done if you keep sitting down. Make it make sense. All I can say, as some advice from one soul to the next, is that you need to connect with yourself. You need to do shadow work. You need to work on healing trauma. You need to work on yourself. When you overcome yourself, which is the biggest demon there is around in this plane of existence, you can overcome anything. Once you overcome the illusions, you can overcome anything. That's all I have for you, family. Lots of love and light.